And you guys 4 in a row. Come on, Shabot, jealous.
I was jealous.
When especially, why are you jealous?
No, I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them, and they did the business, and they ended. You know, they managed to beat the most difficult team in the country, and they went and win the trophy.
The most difficult team in the country, Stellenbosch, forever the bridesmaid, Mark.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think they've done exceptionally well, and they are definitely one of the toughest teams to beat. I definitely agree with Lompo there, and the way Pirates did it, you could see it was going to take a mammoth effort, and they delivered. Ultimately, they are the 4-time back-to-back champions.
Is there a Pirate song, you know, that you can help us start the show with, Lompo? Very big congratulations to the support base of Orlando Pirates for what you did when you got to Mbombela. You sold it out, you showed out. The whole continent is speaking about what the support of South African football looks like, and that's you watching the show right now. So congratulations to you as well. But we're going to take a look at the game in many different sides. We're going to go back to Bafana and take a look at what needs to happen now. We'll go to Mamelodi Sundowns as they took on Makesi in the league game. But this game, we have to go to different sides of it, including a celebration that might have not been great, apparently. And for that, I go to Dav Victor. It's the referee corner coming up with Victor Hlongwane.
Firstly, I want to congratulate Eugene Ndluli for a job well done in Mbombela. He had a sterling game, Pirates Stellies, sterling game. Pirates scored a goal, Mabasa scored a goal. Some said this goal was offside. Ungafambi, Tsamalaka soccer zone. We're going to tell you, Hesilo Saku Saseka or Ashi Saseka, and finish it up here.
Okay, siyathanda ukuthi-ke nibe yingxenye into esizenzayo la ohlelweni lethu nikhulume nathi sizwane sizwe nemibono yenu. So having won the first trophy of the season once again, the MTN8 for the fourth time in a row, do you think that Orlando Pirates, Leia Manje, can kick and boboza and challenge for the league title? Guys, I normally don't do this, but very quickly, Mark?
They are going to be competitive. I definitely.
That's not what I'm asking you. Can they win it?
Yes, they can.
They win the what? The league?
The league?
Yeah.
You need the level of consistency in terms of the performances in 30 games. So that is, of course, a stress reliever as a player in a big team to play for a trophy and win it early in this season. It can set the tone for the rest of the season.
You didn't answer it, but it's okay. I need to go to Mazola Molefe. The Super Journal with the news making headlines.
Yeah, Skipper Ujiwaki jealous Nyana Mara. Let's continue celebrating the Buccaneers for winning that MTN8 title at a 4th in a row. And I caught up with Skipper. He didn't start the game, but he was there to witness the celebrations. I'm talking about Nkosinati Sibisi. Talking about the tepid start that they have at the beginning of the season, but building momentum to eventually win this trophy. And he says they are in it to win it. He's talking about the title race in the Betway Premiership.
Look, you know, whenever there's change, you know, there's doubt, you know, and uncertainty. So for us, we knew what we were capable of doing, and I think we proved it when we were in Spain. You know, it was a matter of a hiccup, you know, a slow start in the league, but we know what we can do. With the quality that we have, there's no ways that we shouldn't be dreaming, you know, of lifting every trophy, and what better way to start off with the MTN8 trophy. Yeah, there's no way we cannot dream, you know, of pushing for every trophy. You know, with the quality that we have, the squad that we have, the depth that we have, you know, I think it's only fair that we repay the club with winning such tournaments and such titles. So for us, it's just a matter of keep going and let's see what the future holds.
Seeing what the future holds. Talking about the future, I've got a breaking news story regarding Devin Titus of Stellenbosch. Coming to the end of his contract as things stand, I'm told, because he's got an agency that's got a vast network in Europe, he's angling for a move abroad. I do wonder, Mark Haskins, what this would mean for Stellies if they were to lose a player of this caliber.
It would be a massive blow. Devin Titus has been an important player for them since his introduction into the first team, and so certainly would be a massive blow. I'm very surprised, though, that they've gone into his final season without having renewed him. Now that he's in his final season, he can pretty much leave as a free agent at the end of the season. And generally, Stellies would have taken care of that before the start of the season. But definitely a big blow for them, and especially if they're going to lose him as a free agent.
Is this the reason why perhaps Stellenbosch are always top 3, but never 2 or 1? Because every single season, they literally lose their best players.
Yeah, when you're a team like Stellenbosch who believes in, promoting players from the academy, obviously you want to sell. And this is a team that always sell players. But yeah, of course, they will always come short when it comes to quality.
But the reality is they've always got a pipeline. There's always someone else coming through.
Trying to get them to get going and trying to get them to that level every season. Mazola?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with that Devin Titus story as it develops. Remember, there's still a couple of months to go. Maybe Stellies will try a lot harder to try keep his services. Let's move on now to Kaizer Chiefs. My colleague Veli Lemnyandu was out at Naturena this morning. They build up to a top-of-the-table clash at FNB Stadium against Kukune United. But Coach Nabi, with Cedric Kaze speaking on his behalf as his translator, talking about the possibility, as we know, that transfer window ends exactly a week from now, talking about having a few players being offloaded in the build-up to what they want to be a good season with a trimmed squad, so to speak.
The squad is big, and the technical staff and the management through the sporting director, Mr. Kaiser Jr. Club is working on options of to try to offload the squad, especially to give the possibility to some players that didn't have the consistency or didn't have enough time to get more time playing into to other teams, and as well to some young players to get the experience needed in PSL.
That's Kaizer Chiefs, but I've got a disheartening story at the moment as my final piece. Black Leopards, once mighty Black Leopards from Venda, at the moment in trouble. The PSL granting them permission to have their game against Upington postponed, but they cannot comply with the rule for under 23 players because they have a FIFA ban. As such, the league has said it's a final warning. If you don't sort this out, you will play games under protest and potentially lose matches as well as those 3 points. I want to hear from a former Black Leopards player, Hlompho Kana. This hurts you, I'm sure.
Yeah, big time, Mazola. I think there's a rule that they need to, as South Africans, we need to look at, and it's the under 23 rule. As a promotional league, I don't think you can tell me how many players I should play as a 23. They must, you can't tell me the product that I'm buying, that you must tell me how I must use it. For me, for instance, we have a JDL league that is under 23. We have got DDC league. We can use those under 23. When we will play in promotional, I'm using my last end money to say I want to get promoted. So allow me to use whatever player that I want to use. And that rule for me doesn't make football sense, especially in South African football.
Well, thank you very much, Mazal. I really appreciate it. All those stories and more you can find on SABC.
Have given us width and depth. They've given us depth. Look at that. That's Lyle Foster on the ball right now. Picks it up beautifully. First touch is great. And what does he do when he plays that first touch? He puts Oswin Apollos on his bike, 4v4 situation, numerical advantage, and now we can get forward. But just the difference between how Aston Villa played out the back and what they can even learn from the way Bafana did it. Ronwen Williams with a ball. Hlompho, we are both midfielders. Any midfielder would be delighted to be able to play a ball the way Ronwen Williams played it out the back.
I must say, he's one of the world's best passer of that ball. I love him. I love him.
That's what separates Ronwen Williams from pretty much everyone else.
1-1 is how it ended. South Africa, Nigeria. Of course, this game played on Tuesday, so would have missed it. Mark, come and join us. Let's take a look at how South Africa here did. Well, Hugo Bruce, he's been absolutely fantastic for this team. Even some of the decisions in the 11s, etc., that people have not been happy with, he's managed to pull miracles with this team. We knew that a draw would be enough for us to sort of win it. It was a dirty game. He says it was a hard game. It wasn't an easy game, but it's getting a draw out of a hard game that he was happy with.
I do agree with Ndate Bruce for that word, because this is a difficult opposition to play against. Aggressive, they are big, they are strong. When you look at this goal that they scored, one of the scrappiest goals you can ever see.
It looked like it was a flawless game out in Bombay. It looks like the referees got it just right. But apparently, allegedly, there are people asking questions about the Mabasa goal. Well, you know what needs to happen, right? I need to hand it over to the referee's corner.
Yeah, welcome to the referee's corner. Indaba ayikho Pitori, ayikho eMbombela, indaba ise Bloemfontein ma. Siqala khona Minister Ronald Lamula wants to know Nigeria ikoring ngesandla, is it allowed or not? Let's go to the match before we go to the law. Asiboneni ke uCalvin, what has he done there? He's playing almost a volleyball there, and then ball is caught with a hand. Let's have a look. You can see that the ball touches the hand, from the head to the hand. Now, what does the law say? The law says you can't score with the hand. So if you defend, it can go to the head, to the hand, will now go to natural or unnatural. But if you score, it's a different story. Let's go to the law. The law says it is an offense if a player scores in the opponent's goal when the ball directly comes from the hand or arm, even if it's accidental. You see, even if it's accidental, and then as long as it comes from the hand, that goal should not be allowed in the opponent's goal. So here, incorrect decision, that Ronald Lamula, but Nigeria, no, but scoring this goal was not supposed to have been allowed by the referee Upia Acho from Gambia. So incorrect decision by the referees. South Africa and Israel, Saivalala. Right, Asiyenke kumabasa. Mabasa Mbombela scored a goal. Some say offside because he was alone there. But let's go and have a look. Here we see Umufukeng giving the ball to Muremi, who then crosses. So when he crosses, Mabasa is ahead of a defender. Now, people are confused. He's ahead of the defender. But where does the ball come from? Let's start here. We don't have a problem there. When Mufukeng releases the ball, fine, because there's a player who put Muremi on side. So as the ball goes, let the ball proceed. As it proceeds there, we stop it here. Where is Mabasa? He's behind the ball. So you cannot be offside if you are behind the ball. So correct this in by the assistant referee, not to flag because ayikho offside. Let's go to the next one. We see what we call simulation. Mbombela, there's no sea, there's no ocean, but there's only Kruger National Park. But Lona, we are dive alana upili inside the penalty area. The big lion Eugene Ndlule at Hanyukbonile Mhlekazi. It Nigginto Ifanele land. Now yellow card for diving for simulation inside the penalty area. Correct this in by Ndlule to give a yellow card. Let's go again to the players who are singing inside the technical area. What does the law say? The law defines this area as a designated seated area. That's law number one, designated seated area. So it means there are chairs provided for you to sing. Now, only one person can stand and give technical instruction. The assistant referee, if you look at the time there, 30 is almost time up. The fourth official is now communicating with the referee, but after communicating with the referee, does he add minutes with Mboga's injured? Thereafter, he can come and tell, no, this is a designated seated area. Calm down until the final whistle.
Let the boys sing.
Let's go to Darfur, Samuel. Samuel got a red card. 2 yellow cards given by Kolasi Taylor for reckless tackle. What is reckless? Reckless is the player who acts with disregard to the danger or consequences for his opponent. He gets the first yellow for playing in a reckless manner. And then Jiggy, next minute, he come again with a second tackle. Now second yellow card. And then he goes out. So correct this sin by our refereeing team this weekend.
South America.
This weekend, so correct this sin by our referees all around for this weekend. Who wanted to referee? Who wanted to referee wrong?
Very quickly, it's important that we know this. Yeah. Firstly, let the boys sing. There was a minute to go. Let the boys sing. What song were they singing?
No, it's a designated seated area.
But
so
what song were they
can
singing?
Sing. The
problem is he didn't know the song.
Okay.
They didn't invite him in. That's the problem, mate. Tafik, I appreciate it.